Danny Segura for MMA Junkie. I'm here with Rachael Ostovich, who will be taking on Paige VanZant in the main event of Bkfc 19. First of all, Rachael, first time we see you in bare knuckle boxing, but obviously you're a combat sports veteran. Does it feel any different preparing for Bkfc? Any extra nerves or just a different feel? How can you compare that to, or is it for you just another fight?
Training wise, yeah, it's totally different. Bare knuckles, no gloves, a lot of adjustments to be made. But as far as, weigh-ins, the whole fight week, pretty much the same. I feel really good, at peace, ready to go.
And how was your training camp like? Did you have to switch out a lot? I mean, Paige is training right now with a different team, no longer ATT, just for, bare knuckle. How did you manage things? How different was preparation?
Preparation was a little different this time around. It's all stand-up. I went to a boxing gym, Nito Boxing. Went, of course, did a lot of different things at my home gym. But other than that, a lot of a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences as well.
And how did this come about? And what was the decision-making process into jumping into bare knuckle? Because I'm sure you probably got a lot of offers to do MMA as well, right?
Yeah, of course. After UFC, I got a lot of different offers, but this one was very appealing because it was they told me Paige VanZant, and I was like, yes, I would like to get that one back. I know it's a different sport, but running it back in a better environment, I'm not injured, like I can't wait.
Yeah, for sure. And I talked to Paige, and she told me that she's not really looking at this as a rematch because it's like a completely different sport, just a brand new fight basically. But do you see it that way? Because you just said that you want to get that one back. Do you feel like this is a rematch?
I feel like, in a way, yeah, it is a different sport. We're not in MMA. I get it. But in my mind, I'm fighting Paige VanZant again, and this time only stand up. And it's either way. Like, I'm sorry, I'm messing up this question.
I was just saying, like, yeah, if you see this as a rematch or not, Paige doesn't, but you see it as a different sport, but it seems like competitively you do.
Definitely. It's not a rematch. We're in different sports, bare knuckle, MMA, but I'm still fighting Paige VanZant, and I can't wait to get that W.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be an exciting fight. And I want to ask you this. Last time I interviewed you, it was in New York. You're fighting in the UFC. You're fighting Paige VanZant. And, that whole fight week, and you had a lot going on in your personal life. I don't want to rehash all that stuff, but I do want to get an update on how you are personally, because I remember on that whole build-up, like the fans really had your back and supported you. I remember even with the Greg Hardy being on the card, a lot of fans came out to sort of defend you, and they brought up that issue even though you were cool with it. I do kind of want to get an update on how you are personally and how you've grown since.
It's been 2.5 years since the last time I fought Paige and went through all of those crazy things, but as of right now, I'm in such a better place emotionally, physically, spiritually. Um, Everything has been going right, so I just want to keep it going that way.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you never used that as an excuse for the outcome of the fight against Paige, but I mean, you had a lot going on, right? I mean, there was just so much. How much different was this training camp, given the change in circumstances?
The last time my training camp it was horrible. I had a broken orbital, I had a messed up shoulder. I was just messed up, period. But this time around, I'm 100%. So this training camp has been great, and I've just been focusing on stand up and their technique. So I kind of just really got to focus in on one martial art, if you suppose. Um, so yeah, it's been good.
And you've been kicking ass, in your career. Obviously, now with Bkfc, a big promotion, you're in a big stage here, in a big bout. Online, Instagram, you're killing it as well. And I know that your daughter's a big inspiration in your life, and I know she's huge. I mean, you just got to look at your Instagram, and she's all over the place. Can you talk about being a role model for your daughter, and sort of being an example? Because I'm sure you have career goals, but you also want to set an example for her.
Of course, first things first, I'm a mom. I'm a mother. So I always have to make sure that, Ruby Rose, my daughter, she's 8 years old. She's always watching me. And I want to be that role model. I want her to look at me and be like, dang, that's my mom. I want her to be something to look at. Like, I want her to be proud of me. And I feel like so far so good.
And one more question. You posted on your Instagram stories, I believe a couple of days ago. It was something like, um, if God is my author or something like that, like my life will be one hell of a story or something like that. I mean, you've been through so much. You're, as you said, you're killing it in your combat sports career as well as in your modeling career. Can you talk about that? I mean, and you're just 30 years old. Can you talk about sort of this crazy journey?
Life has been crazy. I'm fortunate enough to have a great support system from family, friends to fans. And yeah, if God wrote a story about my life, it would be a crazy one. And, everything works out in His timing. And I'm grateful for it all, the ups, downs. I'm still here.
All right, Rachel. Well, I appreciate the time. Glad to have you back. Best of luck tomorrow night against Paige VanZant. It's going to be a great fight. Thank you so much.